This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
A large ridge of high pressure is currently building over Washington, which is forecast to help bring record-setting heat to some parts of the state this week.
A Warden woman has pleaded guilty to an October police chase of a stolen car through Moses Lake.
The Wenatchee Valley is home to new special taxing zones where economic development directors hope new business can take root.
The WIAA Scholastic Cup is given annually to the school that performs the best in the classroom and on the field or court.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
A large ridge of high pressure is currently building over Washington, which is forecast to help bring record-setting heat to some parts of the state this week. After flirting with its all-time high for June 11th on Tuesday, Moses Lake is set to break their records on the temperature gauge for June 12th and 13th on Wednesday and Thursday, with highs of 95 and 97 degrees respectively, both of which would shatter the old marks of 92 for both days from 1955 and 2002. Wenatchee and Ephrata, meanwhile, are also poised to tickle their record highs for both days as well, all of which were established during the sizzling late spring of 1974, when each city hit 94 on June 12th and 95 on June 13th. Many locales west of the Cascades are also staging to see their all-time highs bested on Wednesday and Thursday, including Seattle, whose mark could fall by 1 or 2 degrees, and Olympia, where longtime records in the mid-80s are expected to be blown away by readings in the low 90s. The unseasonably hot weather will not only make things stickier and generally less comfortable for residents all around the Evergreen State, but will also elevate their danger of living here, since nearly all of eastern Washington is under a fire weather watch until 10 p.m. on Thursday due to relative humidities as low as 15% and gusty west winds of up to 35 miles an hour. Meteorologist Amanda Young with the National Weather Service office in Spokane tells iFIBER 1 News that the scorching heat will subside by midday Friday when a cold front passes through the region, but that temperatures will still remain quite warm, with highs in the mid to upper 80s in north central Washington and the low 90s for the Columbia Basin this weekend. Reporting for iFIBER 1 News, I'm Chris Hansen.
This segment is brought to you by...
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination, from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
A Warden woman has pleaded guilty to an October police chase of a stolen car through Moses Lake. Cassandra Ochoa pleaded guilty to possession of a stolen vehicle and attempting to elude in connection to her October 9th arrest. Prosecutors are recommending Ochoa be sentenced to 14 months in prison, but prosecutors say they would not object to a drug offender sentencing alternative that would reduce her sentence and require drug treatment. Moses Lake police spotted Ochoa driving a stolen BMW on October 9th after it was reported stolen in Warden earlier in the day. Ochoa took off at a high rate of speed and continued onto West Broadway and East Broadway avenues before making her way onto State Route 17 heading north. Officers followed the vehicle along Patton Boulevard through the Larson housing community and eventually back onto SR 17. Ochoa continued onto Airway Drive through several neighborhoods and back onto SR 17, this time heading south. Moses Lake police say Ochoa made her way along county roads where police successfully used spike strips on the vehicle, slowing the chase until Ochoa got the vehicle stuck while trying to make a U-turn on Road 7 Northeast. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
The Wenatchee Valley is home to new special taxing zones where economic development directors hope new business can take root. Opportunity zones were authorized under the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, designed to provide tax incentives to investors who fund businesses in underserved communities. The Wenatchee Valley is home to 4 such zones, 2 in the city of Wenatchee south of 5th Street, and 2 large rural zones in outlying Chelan and Douglas counties. There are also opportunity zones on the outskirts of Moses Lake and Shelton. They allow investors to defer some taxes for up to 9 years on the projects they finance. Local economic planners are hoping to make some hay with the new zones in the areas of business and housing. One Chelan County district encompasses the old Alcoa Wenatchee Works, where aluminum was processed until its shutdown idled more than 400 workers in 2015. And downtown, the Chelan PUD is looking at ways to redevelop its long-standing headquarters when it moves out of that facility in the next few years. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
The WIAA Scholastic Cup is given annually to the school that performs the best in the classroom and on the field or court. Points are assigned to teams on how they placed in the state tournament, along with how their athletes' GPA is in the classroom. It's impossible to win the Scholastic Cup by just winning state titles or just scoring well on tests. Athletes must do both, and for the third year in a row, the Elmira Cooley Heartline Warriors have brought home the Scholastic Cup. The Warriors took home state titles in baseball and softball and finished second in football and volleyball. In the classroom, their football team and wrestling team finished with the highest grades in the 1B class, while their cheer team, softball team, and boys basketball team finished in second. Cooley City finished with 1,035 points, more than 300 higher than the second place finisher, Evergreen Lutheran. It's the highest point total the Warriors have ever had. This marks the fourth time in school history ACH has won the Scholastic Cup. Their conference rivals Odessa finished in third place. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.